so that was kind of that process of kind of empty nesting, and then starting empty nesting and going through a divorce at the same time, um, really just kind of put me in a conundrum of, I've been living my life as this role. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm this type of employee with this type of company. I'm a sibling, I'm a daughter, just wearing all those hats and playing those roles and not really giving myself an opportunity to explore who I really am and who I really want to be in the world. And when like I started having a crisis of, oh my God, what am I going to do when I don't have anybody to take care of anymore? And I don't know what my role is. So I started on this path really of kind of self-discovery, um, and certain embodiment practices that I've shared with Erin before, but it ultimately led me to Erin. Can't really explain it. I found Erin literally on a Facebook ad scrolling through Facebook one night. And I feel like that was just 100% the universe going, you need to call this person, you need to reach out. And I did. And, that really kind of started, the transformation had already started, but this kind of like pushed the gas a little bit in terms of helping me really align with honestly who I am, and getting comfortable with that, because it's kind of, it's a shift, and shifts aren't easy, and having someone, really a group of women, kind of come alongside you and work through a lot of the same things. um, Not only are you working to empower yourself, but you have this built-in group of people that are empowering you as well. And just, it's like your own little cheerleading squad as you experience these changes and these shifts and make declarations about who you are and how you want to show up in the world. It just really, it changes the trajectory of your life, like no question. And for me, I'm to the point now where I'm uh, formulating the plan to work myself out of a 9 to 5 corporate job into my own gig of women's empowerment coaching, and honestly working with Erin and Pure Light Wellness to help that business grow. So I'm just super excited. um,
What do you think that the Alchemy Lightworker Academy gave you that is helping you work and transform clients' lives?
yeah, great question. First of all, for me personally, it really kind of gave me the support or the backbone, I guess, to really lean into my intuition and the gifts that come with that. Um, and it also really kind of gave me some power and some structure about, what it really is and what it means to be an empath and how that works when you're interacting with people, whether it's one-on-one or even in a social setting, right? There's certain things that as empaths we need to be aware of when we're in those environments. And I think the Lightworker Academy, formerly known as Alchemy, just really gave me a foundation to build on, to really just lean in and be secure. Because throughout my life process, I had learned to stuff that intuition, so much so that when it came up and it was like glaringly obvious that that's what it was, I still wouldn't trust it. So the exercises that we go through, the energy clearings that we have, and just the coaching with the group, or when we getting feedback from you, that is really just helping you look at who you really are authentically, and what kind of steps do I need to take to really live into that, to step into that and be me authentically and beautifully, and um messy and wild, and all that stuff. um that's just, I think those were really the two biggest, is trusting my intuition and learning to live authentically. And then I think the third thing was learning to get comfortable with the fact that for what I have learned, it's like when when I first started alchemy, right? And I wasn't super excited about the cost, but I didn't care because I knew no matter the way I reacted just from the Facebook ad, right, was like, this is it. I have to do this. There wasn't a question, right? It was the same type of thing that I encountered when Erin mentioned her Bali retreat. Like, I didn't even hesitate. It was like, I have to go on this trip. Didn't even know at that time how much it would cost me to go, and I didn't care. I just knowing that she was leading it, hearing her talk about all the things we were going to do, and the fact that it was in Bali, that was just it for me. And my body would like literally wanted to jump out of the seat I was sitting in when she started talking about it. So, and then of course, yeah, you make the commitment and the conversation happens. Oh my gosh, what if this? What if that? What about the money? That is, I'm not diminishing the fact that money can be an issue, that money, it's a real thing. Like, I get it.
Right.
And I will also say that, ladies, how much are you worth? What is it worth to you to give yourself some credit, to give yourself some time that, you've maybe always wanted to give yourself, but you just haven't because there's this thing or there's that thing? What would happen if you actually gave yourself that time? What would happen if you actually tuned in and gave yourself the opportunity to really get to know who you are? What would happen if you discovered that this gift that's kind of always this voice in the very far back of your head, what if that really is your reality and you learn how to manifest that talent and that ability and the clients that come with it and the successful business? Like, what is that worth? What are you worth? And is it really a question? I just, I got emotional just thinking about it because there's so many people out there that are missing out on their life's purpose and their life's journey because of the conversations about money and time and whether or not they deserve it.
Yeah.
The money will always be there. The easy, I'm going to tell you straight up, guys, it's not easy. And when you're willing to just invest in yourself, not just with money, but with time and attention, and working through the exercises and the homework and the belief clearings and all of that, when you really give yourself that gift, because that's what it is, things change, and they change dramatically. And the money story is kind of like, hi, hey, you remember that time when I was sweating this and look at me now, right? That's just, this opportunity will give you the tools you need to help shift that story as well, to shift the story of where you think of what you think about money. It'll give you the tools to think about, whether or not you're worthy of giving yourself time or making yourself a priority. Those are the types of shifts that we're talking about. How could you not? How could you not want to do this? That's
Right.
just me talking because of everything that I've gotten from the work. Like, I can't imagine not doing this when I did. I can't. But
Oh,
yeah,
that makes my heart happy.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
true.
there is
It's
no one
true.
who regretted taking it. Everybody says it's one of the best investments they've ever made in themselves.
And it's that concept of feeling stuck.
Mm,
So forget, just hang with me here for a second. But if you're in that place where you just feel stuck and you think you've tried things to get you out of it, or you're in this funk and you just don't know how to get out of it, it's time for you to be unstuck. And that's what your body's trying to tell you, right? You feel stuck in something. You may not even necessarily know what it is, but it's time for you to be unstuck. And again, this class, this academy is going to help you get unstuck. because that stuckness comes, speaking from experience, of you spending so much time denying who you really are or setting it aside because it didn't seem appropriate at the time or whatever that is. But the more you stay in avoidance of your true self, your authentic self, the more stuck you're going to feel because you're constantly in opposition to yourself. And so being a part of the Lightworker Academy gives you the freedom to step out of that and look at all the things that are possible when you are willing to step into who you authentically are, and get unstuck. Going through Lightworker, for me, not only did I get the tools I needed to help myself work through some trauma, it gave me an appreciation and tools to understand how to create safe space for others, how to just let them know that when they have something that they need to say or that something needs to come up, that it's okay. That that really is the ultimate of being vulnerable, is being okay with sharing that information. And it's not easy. And by getting it out there, you get the opportunity to look at it and really deal with it, because it's not the thing that stays up here and just spins and spins and spins, right? It's out here in front of you, and we can really look at it and see, oh, well, because this happened, these things have happened as a result. And maybe I could, it gives you a roadmap to shift. It gives you a roadmap to be able to see, this is everywhere I've been. How can I make this different? And how can I facilitate change in my own life? And that's exactly what Lightworker Academy will do.